What's good, y'all? It's your girl Tay, the Nurse Bae, and y'all will not believe I just had my first code blue today. Like, bro, I'm still in complete shock right now. I need to reevaluate what just happened. I'm just so freaking shocked. So I'm just pulling up home. I'm going to take a bath, light some candles, and just de-stress from the day. I will record another video tomorrow and talk about everything that happened. So yeah, guys, it's crazy. I mean, I've been in cold blues before, but this was my patient I had all day long. So it's different. It feels way different. So if you're interested, stay tuned, and I'm going to record a video tomorrow. All right. Good night. Now that you're back and I know you want to hear about my story, welcome. First time viewers, hello. My name is Tay, the Nurse Bae. And today I am having story time, and we're just going to talk about my first code blue. So as you can see in that previous clip, I was very overwhelmed with what just happened. And let me tell you, I told you that I'll record a new video the next day explaining it, and guys, it's been a week later and the code blues did not stop. I think I created something, it was like a domino effect. Code blue, then another one. It was just crazy. So yes, I had my first code blue. So I've participated in code blues before, and I had to jump on the chest before, and I've done chest compressions and everything like that, but this is the first time that it was my patient. And it's a different feel when it's your patient versus someone else's patient. So the first time I ever witnessed a code blue in general was a couple months ago. It was my friend Kay's patient on the floor, and I don't know what happened specifically. I know he was a walkie-talkie, meaning he was up walking around and everything like that. He came in that day for chest pain, and he was a walkie-talkie, and next thing you know, when he came back from the bathroom, he didn't have a pulse. So she pressed code blue, and we did what we had to do. I don't remember if he winded up making it or not, but he definitely went to the ICU, and I know we saved him at that moment. I think we winded up getting a pulse, but I don't know what happened after that. But that was my first one, and I don't even think I was thinking. I just went, I just started. So that was that. But this time, y'all, it was crazy. So let's start from the beginning. So I got up, got ready, blah, 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 normal day. And just to walk in, find out I'm being floated. I don't think anyone understands that when you have your floor and you just don't expect to be floated that day, and you just want to be around your staff and your people, your friends. I was so salty. So yeah, I got floated to a different unit that day. A surgical unit. I work on cardiology and neurology, so I had to go to surgical. So that's patients straight out of surgery. And so I got floated to that unit. The day was going okay. It was different for me, so I don't want to say it was harder or anything like that, but it was just different. And I'm used to my floor, where things are, the routine there versus another floor. So yeah, I met my patients. I'm medicating. I'm, getting to know them, doing what I can for them. And this one specific guy, he just had a lot going on. He was older, and I can't give out too much information because of HIPAA, but he just kept telling me he's not gonna make it. But clinically wise, I'm telling you, clinically wise, I can't see why he would say something like that. So in my mind at that time, I'm he's what? Why is he saying that? He's fine. I was not worried about him at all. I think what did he have? Intussusception. So issues with his bowel and everything like that. So he just had surgery on his bowels and stuff. and he had NG tube for on intermittent suction. So just clearing out his stomach and everything like that. So the day was going, and he just kept saying like, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, he's just like, I'm gonna die. I'm like, okay. So I'm just caring for him. And something in the back of my throat, just something didn't feel right. But clinically, I just can't explain it. So I'm in another patient's room. It's around, I would say 2:00 in the afternoon, maybe touching 3. And it's time for the techs to go around to do vitals. So this specific patient was on a heart monitor. So we have telecommand people who are like watching the telemonitors at all times. And we get notifications on our little work phones, like if they're bradycardia, which means low heart rate, or tachycardia if they're high, or if they're having like PVCs and whatever. I can go into detail about that. But so at that time, the heart monitor rang asystole, and I'm like, what? But sometimes asystole on the phone can just mean, like a lead is off, or whatever, something's not right. It doesn't always mean that the patient is asystole. So I'm a little paranoid with that, so I always go check. So I got that, and I'm like, all right, let me go put this down. I'm going to go check on him. Before I can even do that, the tele room is calling me. So I already know. So I just dropped myself and run in there. I go in there. The tech is in there about to do vitals. She's like, he's not responding to me. And I'm like, what do you mean? And one of the family members is in the room, and he's like, oh, he's sleeping. And I'm like, no. So we check the pulse right here. There's a bulging pulse right here. Nothing. So I'm like, shoot. Hold on. Oh, the tech presses. Sorry about that. So the tech presses the code blue button. And I'm like, jump on the chest. And so she doesn't, but I do. So I start jumping on the chest and I'm doing compressions. Someone else comes, and I don't even know what to say. Like, we're just doing compressions. We're waiting for more people to come help, the doctor to come, and everything just happened so freaking fast. Like, fast. We did save him. We did wind up getting a pulse back. And he wound up in the ICU. And I think eventually he winded up being CMO, and they let him pass. But that was my first code blue. And I can't even put the feeling that I felt into words, because at that moment I couldn't feel. At that moment I was like, I have a life to save right now. So we about to do what we got to do. And I feel like as a newer nurse, I can't even really call myself that new, because, I've been in the game for a year now. You feel me? It's like, nah, but I'm still a newer nurse. And being a newer nurse and experiencing that, especially not being on my floor with like the people I know and I trust, I feel like I was a little nervous, but I really did do what I had to do. And I was really proud of myself that day, because I was the one like telling people what to do. Like, you document, like you do compressions, you switch out, like, until obviously the ICU and the people who respond specifically for code blues came. Then I stepped back, and then I talked to the doctor about, what has been going on, what I saw, his past medical history, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I was very proud of myself. The charge nurse and the nurse manager told me that, we did a great job. But yeah, that was the first one. And now I feel like, since I finally experienced that, which I expected to experience that earlier, like, earlier in my, time as a nurse so far, but I mean, it happened later than I expected, and I'm happy that it did. I feel like I got more experience. I seen it before it was actually my patient, so that's good. And then let me tell y'all, right after that, not the next day, but my next shift, I had another one, another code blue, like, but it was on my floor. So like I had help, and like I knew, I felt okay with dealing with that one. And we also did save him too. And so, yeah, that was my first code blue, y'all. My first code blue. So for any nurses out there, techs, whatever, jump on the chest. That's the first thing you do. When you don't feel a pulse, jump on that chest. Oh, and let me tell y'all, I broke a couple ribs too. I did, but it's either break your ribs or save your life. So what we gonna choose? But yeah, I definitely broke a couple ribs. That freaked me out, I'm not gonna lie. I heard the and I was like, gotta keep going. And so, hey, that's what we're here to do. And yeah, so that's my story on code blue. I have more stories coming. Stay tuned for the next video. If you have any questions, hit me up. Take the Nurse Bae out. Bye, guys.